Hey, how's it going, everybody?
This is Kak.
And this is Boss. And welcome to the
Kak and Balls podcast. That looked like a motherfucker, but we're good.
It's good. And this guy again, yeah.
We got
Jared again.
Jared Reinfield.
Pakistani.
Jared Seinfeld.
Jared Seinfeld.
Oh man, so I didn't make a list for this. I guess we're just talking about it.
We'll just
we said we're gonna get a little political in this one, so
we'll just wing it.
So you know,
just a warning. We have a conservative and we have two centrists here. So.
I mean, are you a centrist too? Or are you just
a centrist, Jared?
I'm conservative.
You're conservative.
Okay. Fuck you, get out of here.
You fucking nuts.
This is a liberal podcast.
Oh, no. If this was a liberal podcast, I'd be dead by now.
You know, all I'm saying is,
There you go.
Is it like turning off every 2 seconds?
Well, yes. 90 seconds to be precise.
90 seconds to be
90
precise.
seconds.
9.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, 9.
9?
9.
Did you just go off?
9.
9?
9.
I don't understand anymore.
We're having the same technical difficulties we had during Roland's episode because we're totally not filming it on the same day or anything.
No,
not at all.
I didn't just walk in here
wearing the same clothes.
The camera's not recording.
Oh, it's not recording?
It's not. Oh, do you want me to press it every 9 seconds?
I'm so close. I'm 64% on the SD card.
on the SD card.
Do
we need to like redo this another day?
No.
We
can just do audio. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the intro, so it'd be good.
Yeah.
And then we can fix
it.
Visual.
We'll have visual back in a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'll fix it then. But yeah, I mean, we're going to basically a very left-leaning campus here at UCLA at Berkeley.
UCLA at Berkeley.
UCLA.
It's not recording. We're fine.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No one sees my green Christmas hat.
For
that does
UCLA.
That the UCLA Berkeley Green Eagles.
Green Eagles.
Ben's laptop definitely doesn't have an eagle on the back, does it?
Oh yeah, it
doesn't say North Texas in big letters.
No, it says UCLA Berkeley in Austin, Texas.
In Austin, Texas. So, Jared, you said you wanted to discuss some football. I have no football experience or any football thoughts. So.
How about them Texans?
Yeah, it's not even the Houston Texans anymore. It's the Houston Injured Reserves.
and then Hopkins.
And then DeAndre Hopkins is the only good player we have left. Every time I tune in week to week and I see the defense, I'm like, I don't know any of these people. I'm like, who's 21? Who's 44? Who's that guy? I don't remember him. Who the hell is this new guy that we just picked up?
44, like the rookie, like he was drafted in like third round. Linebacker.
No, that 41 is Zach Cunningham, and he was drafted in the second round.
Okay, yeah.
And he's okay, except he basically lost the Seattle game for us because I actually analyzed that play because it pissed me off because Seattle just drove down the field in the last minute and scored and beat us, and I was really mad. So what happened is that Jimmy Graham was in the slot, the tight end for the Seattle Seahawks. And this rookie linebacker comes up, and, they're on like the 30, and Jimmy Graham is one of the best tight ends in the league. And so basically what happened was Jimmy Graham just runs right up the field. Zach Cunningham runs up like he's going to press him and just lets Jimmy Graham run right by him. Yeah. Runs right by him. And I was like, you're not even going to touch him. And, of course, Russell Wilson just threw it. Yeah. Threw it right down the middle of the field, and then Jimmy Graham scored and beat us. And I threw some things.
Jimmy Graham. He actually did something. Oh, format the card because she doesn't know how to do that. Okay.
Wow, Ben's giving me orders. I quit.
Please. Yes, you're female. You can't do anything. You belong in the kitchen.
Ben, be careful because people might actually take you seriously.
I know.
Here on UCLA Berkeley campus.
What?
Here on UCLA Berkeley.
At Austin, Texas.
People will take you seriously.
Can they just rape themselves?
Oh, by the way, my roommate said that he would be interested in doing a show if it was like mainly political.
Okay, we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
We did it before. We can do it.
I gotta walk past the camera.
Oh no!
Move the shot.
We got visuals again.
We got
Visual is back.
Visuals is back.
Sweet.
So I can do this and everyone can see.
Oh no! She does that to me all the time.
Caught in the crossfire.
Yep.
Caught in a crossfire.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the cat.
By the way, just a side note, as I was saying, Deshaun Watson was not only on the track to become Rookie of the Year, he was legitimately making an MVP, not just rookie MVP, like an actual MVP candidate.
Yeah. And then he something about his leg in practice.
Yeah, he tore his ACL in a non-contact practice. It was just like on a cut. He was trying to cut and he tore it. I have no idea.
It happens all the time though.
It does happen all the time, and it's unfortunate. Also, prayers up for Ryan Shazier of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is currently undergoing a spinal reconstruction surgery.
Yeah. I saw that.
It's hard to tell because he on Monday night he tackled a Cincinnati Bengals player with the top of his head, and he said that his legs felt, and he was grabbing for his back, and he said that his legs felt numb, and he's in the hospital right now. So prayers up for Ryan Shazier of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
But back to Deshaun Watson. So let's see. In a couple of straight games against the Patriots, he had two touchdowns. He threw for 2 touchdowns. Against the Titans, he threw 4 touchdowns.
And 1 rushing touchdown.
And then one rushing touchdown. He actually tied the touchdown, the rookie record. Yeah. And then against the Chiefs, 5 touchdowns. I mean, when they were still good. Against the Browns, still an NFL team. 3 touchdowns.
Sadly.
3 touchdowns. And against the Seahawks, which was his best game, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And then I think 1 rushing touchdown too. No.
And then the practice.
And then the practice happened, and now we're averaging, I don't know, like 2 points a game maybe. Tom Savage is looking like Brock Osweiler.
He is.
See, I don't know anything about anything about football and stuff, but like one thing, because I'm not a fucking loser. Throwing big words out there. No. Like one thing about football that I've noticed is it's like such a fragile sport. Like you could have like the biggest career and just lose it just because you like fucked up your knee somehow. Mm-hmm. It's gone.
Now
that sucks.
Now Deshaun has torn his ACL before in college, and he has bounced back from it. And that was on his other leg. So
and he won against on the ACL leg. Like it was still toned. It was like toned, and he was playing in the South Carolina game.
So he's bounced back from that before. Now we don't know if Ryan Shazier is ever going to come back to football. So we hope so. But you're absolutely right, Car. That it can end just like that.
See, in high school, I knew like a lot of high school football players that were so passionate and so like good at what they were doing, but then they'll be like, "Yeah, I fucked up my knee, so I can never go back." I'm like, dude, that sucks. It's like you were so passionate, you were so good.
If you get if you get a certain amount of concussions, you can't play anymore.
I mean, if we get our arms and legs cut off and then get blind and then deaf also, we can't make films anymore.
True.
Yeah, but
if I lose an arm, I'll be so pissed because I couldn't do 2 of my favorite things. I couldn't operate. Well, I could operate my camera, but I could not play a guitar. I might be able to like pick up drums.
I thought you were gonna say something else. I was just preparing myself.
I mean, you don't need 2 arms to jack off.
Honestly, just remove the bottom 2.
So Jared, we don't know how you do it, but maybe you require 2. No,
we're not gonna get into that.
No, and
that's like a compliment right there. I mean, he needs 2 hands. God damn.
All right, we're done.
Hi, Jed. How you doing?
In high school, actually, there was actually this one guy. He was a drummer, and he lost one of his arms, but he kept drumming with just one arm. Like he would be in band, he would just be drumming, just like Judas, not Judas Priest.
John
Def
Bonham?
Leppard. Def Leppard.
John Bonham? No, not John.
Not Zeppelin.
I don't.
Def Leppard.
Yeah, I know
the,
Def Leppard.
The drummer for Def
yeah.
Leppard. He only has one arm.
He's like insane.
Yeah, he's crazy. So it's like you can do a lot of stuff with one arm, especially jacking off, Jared.
just so you know.
I don't even know why I brought that up. I was just trying to make a joke and it went. Y'all.
What was the Kak Balls podcast? It's in the name. Just saying.
So, do we want to get political yet?
Well, I just want to
know.
say something. There's a video I want to show you. It's really good, but we don't have time for it.
What's it called?
It's I'll send it to you. It's a Deshaun Watson's it just goes through his whole career from college to.
Oh, is it like that mini movie?
Yeah.
I think that's come up my recommended before. I need to watch that.
It's really good.
That guy, he gave his entire first game paycheck to the cafeteria ladies at the Houston practice room. The people that feed the team, he gave his entire first paycheck to them.
Because they also had homes that were destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from the flood. Yeah.
Houston's just been through too much this year, man.
Yeah, I mean, we bounced back with the Astros.
Yeah, the Astros. I don't really watch baseball, so I was like, okay.
And maybe the Rockets.
Maybe the Rockets.
Right now. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm kind of more of a Spurs fan myself.
Yeah, I'm a Spurs fan. I'm just saying.
There you go.
Rockets is just they're playing ball.
I'm more of a Timberwolves kind of guy.
Do they still exist?
Well, when I lived in Minnesota, I was super into them.
Oh yeah.
I actually.
I forgot you lived in Minnesota.
Yeah, I lived there for 5 years. I actually I don't know what team he's playing for now, but the player Kevin Love.
Oh yeah.
I've actually met him before.
Does he play for the Cavs?
I forgot. Yeah, I think so.
I think he plays for the Cavs.
I know he's playing for a different team now. Do the Timberwolves still exist? I don't know anything.
Yeah, they do.
Minnesota doesn't anymore.
The Vikings are trash. So
no, dude, the Vikings are
actually
9-2 right now.
They had who's the player, the big player from the Vikings that they used to have?
Adrian Peterson.
Now
he's now in the Cardinals.
Arizona.
Yeah. Arizona's trash.
Yeah.
Too bad.
The Texans beat him with Tom Savage.
I know. I just want Arizona to win the Super Bowl.
Why?
For number 11.
Oh, for Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitzgerald, yeah.
God, they were so close against the Steelers that one game.
Didn't the Cubs? Didn't they win the World Series 2015? 2015.
2016.
2016. Damn, I thought they won 2015.
It was 2015 because it
was the same year that Back to the Future.
Who was 2016?
No. Yeah, it was 2016.
You're
right.
Yeah. Did they win 2015 as well?
No.
Because I remember everyone being like, "Oh shit, Back to the Future thing came true."
They were saying that, and then it was 1 year off.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, because the league, that Major League Baseball, skipped a year. So technically, it was true if they didn't skip the year.
Okay. So
it would have been
they skipped one World Series.
Yeah, didn't have it.
In our timeline.
I don't remember. I think it was either a strike or something.
Oh,
strikes.
Probably some sort of business dealio.
Yeah.
But the Cubs was actually the first Major League game I've been to, and the only one I've been to when I went to Chicago on a mission trip.
Nice.
You go on a mission trip?
Yeah.
You were so... No, I'm kidding.
What?
This guy goes on
you freaking Christian Nazi. What are you?
Wow.
You want to tell that story?
You're religious.
Bigoted.
You're religious.
Wow,
you believe in the Bible. Science is the real. Science is the real truth.
Wow.
The real Bible.
It's not like they can coexist or anything like that.
You want to tell the story about your with the capitalist club?
Jesus is a fictional character.
No, I don't want to talk about the Socialist Club. I went to one of their meetings and
you actually got in this time?
No, I didn't get in. But I don't want to get into that. I'm done with that.
Because you had to answer to the university, did you?
Well, because I didn't even report it.
It's
just that they didn't let me into their meeting and I didn't really care that much, and then someone else reported it. and I had to go and talk to the dean of students, and I was like, this is so dumb. Like, I don't really care. They just didn't let me in. I mean, was it wrong they didn't let me in? Probably, but I don't really care that much.
Yeah.
It's too much trouble to go into.
Yeah.
I get that.
You're dumb, yeah.
It's like, but at the same time, like, I'm the type of person that would, like, kind of report it and be like, look, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I know. I knew that I was going to have to deal with it, and I really did not want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because I had other stuff to do, but I just went up there and answered some questions. I told the truth. I told them why I just told them that they didn't let us in because I didn't know why they didn't let me in. They just didn't for some reason.
I thought it was because you thought that you guys looked like a Christian group or something.
Well, they thought we were a part of the Christian
that's
group.
already wrong right there.
Yeah.
Well, they thought we were a part of the other group, so like, are you sure you're not supposed to be over there?
Okay.
And we were like, that's how I remember it. It was a long time ago, so I don't remember all the details. So,
okay.
But they just like.
I thought they did 90 because they thought you were part of the Christian group.
It could have, but I can't infer anything when I'm like talking to the dean of students. I can't be like, I think this. I said they thought we were part of them, and then they wouldn't let us in because they said we had to be members already, even though it was the first meeting. Yeah. But it was, it wasn't that big. To me, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Are they still around, that club?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
Every Wednesday, 5 p.m.
Do you know this?
We gotta go.
No, dude. Don't. They might let you in.
Yeah.
They're not going to let you in, especially if they've seen you around tabling with conservatives.
Have I really?
If they've seen you, they won't let you in.
But he was also there.
Where?
At the capitalist booth.
Oh yeah, I was at the Turning Point USA.
Oh
USA
yeah,
booth.
they might.
I was like, I love what y'all are doing.
Yeah, they might not let you in.
Agreed.
Let's try next semester.
I'll try.
If they're still meeting, I don't know. If they're gonna still meet next semester.
Of course, they're still gonna meet. What do you
Wednesday,
expect from them?
I know they're gonna meet because my roommate is the president now of that group.
Turning Point.
Uh-huh.
Oh no,
we're talking
about socialists.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna go to their meeting?
Yeah.
Just to go fuck with them a
We
little.
we just want to try.
I want to troll them. I want to look.
I do.
The way I look, I want to walk in there and start throwing some conservative shit.
So how are you gonna play it for them?
Good luck, man. Good luck.
I'm gonna get fucking killed.
See, like this is something that I've noticed. Like at first, I was like trying to balance my political views. I was like, am I actually just to go straight up conservative? And like I'd watch debates between a conservative and like a liberal, and like certain 80% of the time I'll agree with like the conservative. So I'm like, okay, I'm definitely like right leaning. And then like the left will make like some sort of a point, and I'll be like, well, I can kind of see where they're coming from. It's
exactly.
It's like they're coming from a good point, a good point, and then like the conservative person would just like bash that, and I'll be like, okay, see, this is where I fall in the middle. I'm like, if you all cooperate, we could get something done.
Yeah. Yes, because I it's true because I can listen to both sides of the argument and say, okay, this liberal person does have a point. Like I'll give them that. The one thing that a lot of conservatives are supporting that I don't support is the net neutrality thing.
I was going to bring that up.
I don't. Why are you taking away net neutrality? You know what these companies are going to do.
See, I watched Steven Crowder, and I take everything Steven Crowder does with a grain of salt. Yeah. Most of the time because he's so biased and so like he's a super conservative.
He just has fun. He just makes it.
He has fun, but he's pretty serious about his views.
Yeah.
I love him. Like if I saw him as a person, I'd be like, dude, what's up? I agree with like 80% of the things you say.
Yep.
Because like he does go extreme. He does support no net neutrality and stuff like that. And I watched his argument on it. I'm like, wow, his argument is like super biased and like sugar-coated. Yeah. I'm like,
it seems like he was trying to kind of dance around it a little bit. Whenever I saw it.
He's arguing because it's like for freedom of a market.
He said that taking away net neutrality helps smaller internet businesses and stuff. I'm like, but that's not the point here.
He kind of like technically he does have a point there, but the thing is that these large companies do not care about that. It supports smaller things like.
But it creates a monopoly.
It does create a monopoly, and
it actually doesn't create the smaller things.
And the smaller things, like they're not good. So who wants to use that?
They get one out of business because of the bigger conglomerates.
They get run out of business because the big businesses will pay
Crowder's argument was the opposite.
The internet things will pay them to block everything else out except for them.
Yeah.
So like if you are using DirecTV and they're like, and Hulu is paying them.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, all right, block Netflix. It doesn't matter if you have an account, you can't use Netflix unless you pay extra for the special.
That happens in Australia and New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. It's like really I don't understand. I'm like, you do realize like these companies will jump at the first opportunity to get more money. Like they don't care.
Yeah.
Ajit Pai does not care about you.
But I do want to say, because looking at it, people don't understand that they have to still, like, the internet is not just all wireless. It's not just the satellite. It's a bunch of cables underground and through the ocean and everything. Like, they have to lay those things. Those things are utilities. That's why they're protected. It's not, people can't just make that because it takes a long time. You have to dig up the roads, you have to put new lines in, which is the reason why Google Fiber is taking so long to get to places, because they have to dig up the roads and put the fiber cable and then connect it to, make sure it works, and put the roads again. They work with the cities and the counties. It's a utility. That's why it needs to be.
See, this is why I can't wait until like wireless technology is so advanced that like there's not latency and stuff like that, latency issues, because like you can bring the internet to the sky at that point. Like if we get the wireless thing figured out, we can bring it to satellites. Which I hope it definitely will happen at one point.
I mean, there is kind of like a version of it that's happening.
Yeah, but it's probably super ultra slow.
It's more of like satellite radio.
Yes.
That way.
Sirius XM.
Yeah. XM.
Y'all just reminded me about my media history exam.
Oh my god, dude! I've been I took the study guide for that, and I've been like just doing.
Dude, it's like 5 pages long.
I know. But it's gonna be so worth it because
most of it
so like prepared for it.
Most of it is only that 40% thing. So like those 5 pages are only like under half of what's going to be on the test, and then like the last 2 pages is what's like mostly going to be on the test. Finals, man.
Speaking of like finals and like film class and stuff, the film department here recently, we used to be part of the College of Arts and Sciences per se, but now recently we've been switched to the College of Liberal Arts.
And social sciences.
Yes, liberal arts and social sciences, and yes, film is a liberal art, social science. It's always been. But it's like Jared and I, when we're in class and stuff, we'll get like these like things that we just can't do, such as write a story about a damsel in distress, because that's somehow sexist.
Yeah, and they try to, and they kind of get away with it by saying it's just bad writing, which technically it can be bad writing. But
it is bad writing. It's like agreed.
I wanted to ask. I'm like, what if there's a man, like a damsel in distress, and it's a man, and there's like Wonder Woman. Like if Wonder Woman is a superhero, and there's a man in distress, would that be bad? Would that be against their policy? I didn't ask that question, but
I can almost guarantee you they'd be like, oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, if they said it's not fine, it's still bad writing, then okay, all right, cool, you're consistent. But I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm curious on that too. But it's like
people don't understand that it happens in real life. There's people who are damsels in distress.
See, I came up with a story for a script writing class. And I didn't. This didn't even cross my mind when I was like doing it. I did have a part where a man saves a woman from being like sold into human trafficking, and then somebody in my class brought up, "Oh, that's the damsel in distress thing. You can't do that." Remember? I was like,
"Who said that?" I guess you don't.
And I was like,
"Sorry, I forgot we're on the show."
and say the name, I'll bleep it.
No. And honestly, I don't remember who, but I just remember that happening, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a thing." And then I actually argued with him. I was like, well, it makes sense for the story. Like for my story, my character gets pulled into getting people out of human trafficking by this instant of saving a girl from human trafficking. It's like That's not like I didn't write a part where she was tied on a railroad track and she was being saved by
Indian boy comes out.
Superman comes out of nowhere and
Super cooey boy
and like unties her or some shit like that. I was like, I had sentimental value to it.
Yeah.
As long as the character, the damsel in distress, is like a deep character and you care about them and they're like they have their character arc, then I think it's fine, as long because there's some instances where it is good. It's just usually the damsel in distress character is usually the weakest character and unnecessary. But there are some instances where it's fine to use it
because in my story that woman that you say is changes his life. You know, it has a huge impact.
Well, then there you go. That's a good
That's a good damsel in distress, but I can almost bet like I'll get shit for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with the whole rating system thing. Remember when we were talking about the rating system? It's like, or not in the class, but like we were talking about Hollywood, the Hollywood rating system, and we were shown a documentary where they were like, "Well, I had a sex scene and it was super graphic." Well, they didn't say that. I'm just saying.
Oh, we saw it too, yeah.
God, it was, and like some of those sex scenes were super graphic. I'm like, I think the show was shown in theaters. I
think this is an NC-17 rating. It's like you can't get away with doing that for an R rating.
Okay, I saw a film called a Serbian film.
No, don't bring that up.
I'm gonna say it.
No, don't bring that up.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but I'm scared.
Don't bring it up. I'm gonna stop recording.
Someone's giving birth.
No, don't listen.
And the guy has the camera recording it, takes the baby, the newborn baby, and starts fucking.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my! Can we like bleep that out, please? Can we
go watch the Serbian film?
No.
Trust me, it's good.
Can we bleep that out, please?
I want to tell.
I have to say because
you didn't have to say it.
It's better if I say it than making you guys watch the film.
Or you could just not even tell me what happens, and I go on living my life happily and without knowing that information.
Well, you know the information now. Welcome to the Kak Balls podcast. I am not leaving that out.
Text on below. We do not condone this behavior.
Yeah, we don't.
No.
It's a movie about like the underground porn industry, and so it's like saying, "Hey, this is bad."
No shit.
Yeah, no shit. But it was the whole point. And you know where it premiered at?
Where?
Austin Film Festival.
Holy shit.
In the Paramount. So you can imagine people.
Yeah, but like back to the ratings thing, back to like the ratings thing, they did have a point where it was kind of just like one select group of people that would rate everything. It's like, okay, that is kind of shady because they didn't give any like the names out or anything, which I guess
that's for their privacy.
Yes, for their privacy, but they have like one group of people that just rates all of them, so that can be biased sometimes. But some of the films they show is like, this is a beautiful scene. I'm like, well, you could almost see like stuff. Like you could see stuff. I could see what was going on. That's definitely NC-17.
It's like you can't expect to have like a full-on sex scene shown in a theater where like rated R where kids are there. Like sometimes parents are stupid and bring their fucking kid to an R-rated.
I went to R-rated movies when I was.
I've been to a couple R-rated movies with my parents, and it's like,
but it never had like extreme graphic sexual content.
Yeah,
and and that's the thing. And they're like, well, you can show violence and killing. I'm like, but
we know it's fake.
Yeah, we know it's fake.
And most people know it's 17 fake. In some NC-17 films, the sex is actually
it's real. No, because you can't be that graphic without it actually being real. And it's basically just porn.
And the actors and actresses actually kind of meant to that. They're like, yeah, we just have sex.
And they just and it's like at that point shots. It's pornography.
Yeah,
it's like there's no hiding. It's not just because you had a big budget and you had like fancy cameras. It's porn at that point.
I mean, there is a history of some films having just like a little bit of a sexual innuendo, and they get the NC-17 rating. There is a history.
There is, and that's where like the bias of like the one group of people doing all the ratings comes in.
I can understand that. Like I can understand when somebody gets pissed off at that, but going back to that documentary, there was a scene and a director. She was like, "Yeah, there's this beautiful scene where I had my main character. She was a 14-year-old girl masturbating, and we got an NC-17 rating." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I'm like, "Of course you did."
It's like,
of course.
It's like your fucking story can be as beautiful as it wants.
Oh, that reminds me of another scene from the
reason.
Stop! No, Ben, don't.
There's no reason to show that.
No, there's not. And
it doesn't drive the story. It doesn't bring it anywhere.
You know, and it's like they complain because there's like different positions that they'll accept. I'm like, well, because missionary is more of like, it's not as like wild graphic, as some of those other positions. Some of those other positions
you can really hide like what's happening.
Yeah, you can hide what's happening in these other positions. I'm like, there is a reason why different positions warrant different ratings. So, and I had mixed feelings about that, and everyone was like,
fuck the MPAA.
See,
yeah.
Well, one thing I noticed in that class when we stopped watching the documentary, like some other people had the same like thing as us. Like I remember a girl like raising her hand and being like saying the same thing. It's like what did that director expect by showing that scene? You know?
Yeah, there's a couple people in that class where I expect them to say one thing, and then they'll say something else. I'm like, hey, thank you.
Yeah,
you actually have a point.
Thank you. It's like you made a good point.
There was a person in our class that did a presentation. It was about like a social issue, and she did it over male domestic abuse. Like domestic abuse against males, and how like I think women will go up and like threaten guys with knife stuff. I was like, wow, that's actually a real thing. Thank you for speaking up about that.
Thank you for just not being generic and being like, women get raped.
If a guy tried to give that presentation, he would have got booed off the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And said, "You're a sexist. You're a misogynist."
Mm-hmm.
So
it's like not saying that women rape issues aren't important.
No, they're both. Very important. What I'm saying is that they're both.
But there's
important.
also another issue in
that was a film that came out. It was like Red Pill or something like that.
Red Pill.
Yeah.
Is that on Netflix?
I don't remember. It was a feminist filmmaker who like went around and like at first was like, oh, I gotta investigate the men's rights movement.
Mm-hmm.
And like she always like hears these stories by her feminist friends that they are like the embodiment of the rape culture that exists, the patriarchy and all that. So she goes around and she goes into that men's rights, and then that starts to change her. She's like, wait a second, everything that I've been hearing with all this, like all my feminist bodies are like becoming wrong. Like this is mind opening, and she just reads like this throughout, and she documents her transition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's still a feminist, but she's like a different kind of feminist, like more of an egalitarian, original feminist.
There's also a there's also like a small like 20-30 minute like clip from like a news segment on YouTube. It's about a woman who has like a very masculine figure. Like she's like 5'10", she's like a little built. But she decides to be a man for like a month or two. Like she gets a haircut, she gets like a makeup done, she gets like different clothes. Mm-hmm. She gets like a professional like voice trainer to train her voice. Mm-hmm. And then she joins she meets like a couple guys at a bowling alley and joins up with them at like a bowling alley and becomes part of their like bowling group. And like none of the guys, like some of the guys had their suspicions, but none of the guys really noticed. And so they just thought that she was another dude, and she learned a lot out of that because she would like date women and stuff. Like she would like do everything a guy would do, and like at the end of the documentary, she was like, this was kind of damaging to my like personal identity. It'll take me a little while to recover from this, but she was like, I learned so much through this. I learned how like men actually work and how like not all men are just like misogynists and blah blah blah, and how this experience like showed me that men like bond together as friends better, but not emotionally.
Mm-hmm. Not all misogynists? Wow.
I know, right?
I mean, yesterday you were, but like that's besides the point.
And yeah, it's a good documentary to see.
I think I saw a trailer for that. It looked pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's like a film that I'd want to show to like a bunch of like people who claim they're feminists, It's like I know like a lot of women, like the problem that I have with third wave feminism mostly is a lot of women claim that they're third wave feminists, but it's like, do you even know like what third wave feminism has been doing? Like, do you even know what they're about? And they'll be like, no, they're about women's rights, blah blah blah. It's like, no,
they're about the superiority of women.
No, it's like, you got this wrong, girl.
Yeah, it's, if you see all the videos of like Antifa and all them, and I know those aren't like all fit.
It's like, I understand like those aren't like all, like that's not the majority of the people.
No, it's not a majority of people, but they give a bad name to the majority of the people.
Because
so
they're so loud,
now if you
like,
yeah,
right, so it's just the loud people that get noticed. So if there's not these like extreme feminists, they're like, we don't agree with what these like extreme feminists are doing, because the extreme feminists are out there yelling at men for no reason at all. And then on the other side, there is also white supremacists out there, like the ones in Charlottesville that are doing awful things, and they just give a bad name to conservatives because they
made that unite the right, and that gave a bad name.
So now
for the whole right.
they identify as conservative, and I'm like, great, great.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not actual conservative. It's not being actual conservative.
And I experienced that firsthand on Facebook, and on Facebook, and I told the story to the Kaarthik multiple times, and this guy named Meth Head, which is in the comment, he was posting about how like the right was like evil and stuff, like the Nazis was evil. About it, not necessarily the right, but kind of like
even though Nazis were socialist.
Nazis were socialist.
Yeah.
National Socialist Party.
He was condemning him, like, yes, Charlottesville, there was death, and it was by one of the supporters of the Nazis, like the neo-Nazis there. So I understand that, but he was supporting like the violence of Antifa.
Yeah,
so
that's where I have a problem.
Yeah, it's like you can't. It's like when it comes to violence, it doesn't matter who's doing it. It's bad.
Yeah.
Because
I don't care what political view you have. If you're resorting to violence, you're automatically a shitty person. You're automatically an extremist. No matter if you're a liberal or a conservative. It's like It's like you're no better than a neo-Nazi at that point.
And that's what I basically said. And then I get called a Nazi.
I don't understand why people don't agree with that. I swear people disagree just to disagree on that one. It's like, come on. It's like, you don't see that like being violent is violence?
Here's the thing. I have absolutely zero problem if you want to go out there and wear the masks and bring whatever and stand out there and just yell at people. I don't care if you yell at people. That's not a big deal. But when you start supporting violent acts, when you start throwing stuff at police officers, setting things on fire, breaking private property, breaking public property, that's where I draw the line. If you want to stand out there and yell at people, I don't care, because those are just words.
It's not free speech when it gets to that. It's not protected under the Supreme Court.
Well, when it's violent, it's not protected.
Yeah,
but when you're just
property and everything.
But if you just yell at people, that words, no matter what words you use, that's always free speech. Hate speech is you can't constrain hate speech, because then if you start constraining hate speech, then it's just a snowball effect, and you start like restraining more and more and more words, and you can say horrible things. It's not against the law because they're just words.
I mean, look at what's happening in the UK. They have this like pronoun law. If you say the wrong pronoun of somebody's gender, you can go to jail. Or if you say something that could be considered hate speech, you can go to jail for a long time.
See, that's why I love living in the South.
That's why I don't like living.
No. Like when I used to like work at I still do this like at work and stuff. I'll be like, thank you, sir, thank you, ma'am. But when I have my doubts, I'm like, I just keep my mouth shut. I'm like, here you go. But like when like an older person comes up, it's so nice just being like, thank you, sir. It's like it's a respect thing.
Yeah,
like, fuck off.
Like, it can't be thank you, Day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zay.
Thank you, Zay.
Zay. I don't know if I can ever train myself to do that. And also, a lot of people get mad if you, like, hold the door open for them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hold the door open for my mom every single time. I hold the door
Southern
open.
hospitality.
Yeah. I hold the door open for my grandma, and they have absolutely no problem with it. That's how I was raised. And I open the door for men and women. Like if we're going into a dorm and I see a guy coming, I'm like, all right, I'll hold the door open so I won't be a dick.
Yeah,
I do it so much; it's natural to me.
Yeah,
but I notice a lot of people give some people they give you like an iffy stare. Like, what are you doing? I can make the door open myself.
It's
like congratulations. Do you want me to slam it in your face?
If somebody if like a girl or a guy is like, oh, don't hold the door for me, I'll be like, I'll push him out of the door and I'll slam the door in, because it's like,
lock it.
Go open it if you can. It's like, Jesus Christ, I was just trying to be nice. Kill yourself.
On that note, we're running out of time.
Darn. I was having so much fun.
I'm sorry I had to ruin it.
I wanted to rip more people's butts.
Stop. Please, I'm begging you to edit that out, Ben. No, please edit that out.
No. Maybe.
Oh, by the way, I'm actually working on a film review of the Haunting of Molly Hartley, and it's coming along pretty well, I think. Or it might not. If it's trash, then I'll be wrong. But
do you know the estimate time that it would be on your channel? Probably around when this episode gets out, actually, to be honest. Because it'd be like 2 weeks until this episode.
Yeah, it'll be. So I'm working on it. It might already be out by the time y'all are watching this, but
I'll put in a link in the description below.
Are you gonna link my channel?
Yeah.
In the description. Sweet.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like and share this podcast if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more.
It's been cold outside. We forgot to mention that, but yeah, it's actually super cold.
It's snowing in our hometown, and I'm not there to enjoy it. I'm salty.
Yeah. All right. It's snowing everywhere but here.
Time to flip out.
Happy trails.
God damn it, man! Come back and sit down.